10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
StreamYard, good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. Oh, it's going to be a busy day today here at the compound, and in fact, we're going to do about 60 minutes today rather than the regular 90, because we've got a bunch of chaotic things happening around here. Call them the sideburns, Brian. Okay. Anyway, we hope you'll understand, and part of it's feeding Cookie. So anyway, she has to go into work a little early today. So she's at the eye doctor right now, getting her eyes examined. And now it's just you and me. We're going to spend the next 60 minutes together, and I hope you're looking forward to it. But if you need a little more of me tonight, and God knows who doesn't, don't forget we are having a special episode of Clever Title Penning with a pair of wonderful, wonderful ladies. I want to make sure Morgan Conmick, she will be on. She's been on before. She is a terrific writer and entrepreneur. And we will also be joined by a new friend. Let's see. I want to make sure I get it right. Abby Anderson. She is an actress. She's got quite a number of credits going. And what would put an actress and a writer together? We will have some answers for you tonight, and you might want to bring a pad of paper to see, what kind of notes you can take tonight. It's going to be pretty fun. They're both lovely people. You will have a good time. But anyway, welcome to the show. And if you're watching us live, we appreciate it, and we hope you'll type in a comment so we can comment back at you. And if you're watching on the rerun, put a comment in below. If you're watching, especially if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll reply to it as best I can. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have going? Oh, yes, we have an attitude of gratitude we got to do because it makes us happy. And that is being grateful to Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you've written a great book, you want a great cover to help sell it. You also want graphics that you can use on social media, as well as maybe even a book trailer. Something that will draw people's attention to your work. Well, Jeffrey Hayes can do all that and more. Go to his page on Facebook for Plasma Fire Graphics and check out plasmafiregraphics.com. And while you're there, you can contact him directly and get his rate card. You'll be astonished at how incredibly independently affordable he is. So please check him out. That will be Plasma Fire Graphics. So the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We're a group of like-minded individuals who are helping each other build our networks on YouTube, especially, and on Facebook and other places. So please check us out. Like I said, tonight will be a special episode of Clever Title Penning. Then tomorrow morning, I don't know if there's going to be a cigar show or TED Talks or what. Anyway, I can never remember. It's not on Ted or Carl. It's me. But tomorrow night we will have Comic Book Spectrum one of the finest shows around. Comic Book Spectrum, and even if you don't like comics, this is the show for you. We have a good time. Eric S. Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman and I discuss the latest comics, review the latest things, and we may have some bad news to tell everybody tomorrow because something happened yesterday that is rippling through the comics community, but and I'll probably make a mention of it this morning. But also, don't forget, this afternoon we got Dr. John, the original gangster, John Silvestri, who is a long-time animator for Don Bluth and Nelvana, and he's an incredible artist. He's got a great new comic book out called Bloodwing Angel that is in demand on Indiegogo right now. So please check that out, and check out all the shows on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We are temporarily putting BK Minutes on hold, and the chaos that's going around here today is part of that. So we thank everyone who's enjoyed them. We are going to bring it back as soon as possible, possibly in an altered form. But it's one of those things where neither Cookie nor I can keep up with it at the moment due to real life crap happening. And we do mean crap. It isn't that bad. It isn't anything life threatening. It's just inconvenient. Anyway, and we also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon's a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly for a modest monthly stipend, and many of these people have their own Patreon pages, so please check them out. But in return for your support, we also give you stuff, so please check out my page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and see what we can offer you. In fact, one of my subscribers, who will go nameless at the moment, but not for long, got to name some of the characters in the latest book, The Terrors. So we'll be reaching out to a couple more of you in the next few weeks, helping me get my book people named. But anyway, we have one more thing. Don't forget this Saturday from 11 to 5, I will be appearing at the Franklin Park Mall at 5001 Monroe Street in Toledo, Ohio, for Writer's Block. And it's an annual show there, just in time to get all your books for Christmas. Please come see us. Cookie tells me we're going to have a book sale. I guess she doesn't want to keep any inventory over the winter. Although I've got another show in January, SalukieCon 15th, 16th at the Southern Illinois University Student Center. I'm really looking forward to that again, being a guest and all. And but anyway, Writer's Block will be a lot of fun. I'll be joined by Jim Beard. Cookie should be with me, and it's going to be a good time. So please come see us at the Franklin Park Mall, 5001 Monroe Street in Toledo, Ohio, this coming Saturday, for we will have fun. We have no choice. I guess now is just as good a time to say it. One of the people, in our introduction, when you see the picture of me as Uncle Marvel, I am posing with a gentleman named George Perez. George Perez has been a major force in comics for 5 decades at least. He started in the 70s at Marvel Comics, and he's worked at DC, Marvel, many other venues. And about 5 years ago, George has a major case of diabetes, and it was starting to affect his eyesight. So he announced that he was retiring from convention appearances, which is sad because I got to meet him in the 80s, and he was such a warm and generous guy. Talk to you for hours if you didn't have someplace else to go. And I did talk to him for quite a bit. I saw him at the Chicago mini cons way back when. An incredible, like I said, incredible talent, really wonderful human being. It's the kind of public personality that I aspire to be honest. Taught me a lot about dealing with your public. But anyway, yesterday he put on his Facebook page that he has been diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. I believe it's pancreatic. And given all of his other health issues and what would happen during the process of trying to find a cure for it, George has announced he is simply going to let the disease take its course. And his doctor has told him he's got 6 months to a year left. And this is a good time to remind everybody if you like somebody, support them now while they're around to appreciate it. Don't wait to buy their books until they're dead. Don't wait to get their music until they've passed away. Um, get it now while they're still around, because this also encourages them to make more art. Um, nothing, this sounds mercenary, but nothing makes me want to sit behind the typewriter more than seeing my Amazon sales go up, to be honest. So, like I said, let's appreciate them while they're here, okay? And let's see, I got stuff on it. I don't think it's dandruff. I did wash this month. Anyway, let's get to your comments, folks. Don't mean to bring us down, but let's get this going here, okay? Good morning to Carl Witzman, who's here just a couple minutes before I was. Carl, good morning to you. I hope you're having a great morning, my friend. And where is everyone today? I was wondering that too. And Ted Davies Artistry, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. And hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff. Wow, good to you. And mwah to Teresa Dunn. Hope you're doing well. And mwah to Donna Carlene. And mwah to, from the desk of a small press publisher. Morning all, morning Brian and Madam Executive Producer. She is out getting her eyes checked right now. You're going to scrub them down and pop them back in and make her all happy again. She'll be able to drive home. Anyway, good to see you, Joe D. McPhee. Don't forget, from this one, Small Press Publisher on YouTube every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, for some great conversation on comic books and all kinds of things. Although this weekend, I think he may be operating an hour later if he hasn't, because so far it seems you're going to be at C2E2 in Chicago. I'm looking forward to hearing your adventures. And the thing is, I know they're playing it because every time I tune into YouTube, I see an ad for C2E2. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm getting a lot of those. Straighten your tie, Brian. Well, don't even have to have it on, really. So, anyway, Joe, I'm glad you're here. Hope everything's going well. Good morning to you, Eric Hawkins. Good to see you as always of the Zombieful World of Oz. And both Joe D. McPhee and Zombieful World of Oz's Eric S. Hawkins are on Comixology. Please check out their work and don't forget to like this video. Thank you, Carl. If you are watching on Facebook, please like this video. If you have or will ever enjoy any second of it. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. And please, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. It would make us so very happy. And everyone's saying hello to each other and about to be en route to take my booster shot. Good for you. Let me know if you have any side effects. I'm just curious. I had just a little bit of out of sorts the first 36 hours, and it'd be a moment and then it passed. It's have a snack and get hydrated before you go in. Remember, you've got a world to save. And the Eric and the Joe D. McPhee, that's right. I gave my booster shot later today too. Excellent, Ted. That makes me happy. I need you guys, all right? And hello from Teresa. And yes, Carl promoted me to the See, Joe, you hang around with me, man. You're coming up in the world. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to help you out here. And yeah, super Ted, super and good on both Ted and Joe here. Like I said, I've been very sensitive to inoculations the last couple of years, and I had virtually nothing from this one. Just a little out of sorts. Just like you feel like you're not firing on all cylinders, and it just be like it passed so very quickly. It's almost like I notice it and then it's gone a few seconds later. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I highly recommend it. I'd go back and get another one if I could. And Cindy kept more. I'm so glad to see you. Good morning. I only played for a little bit, but here I am. Glad to see you, Cindy. And thank you again for your services yesterday. Greatly appreciated, and it's a big step forward in the terrorists. And Cindy Kemp is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. If you go to the Smash Words and buy all my books. Anyway, thank you, Cindy. And good morning to Rick Bradley. How you doing, superstar? Hope your morning's going well. And dreaming of a white Christmas with lots of rain and temperatures in the 70s. Please check us out on Amazon. Thank you so much, hon. And we'll be home for Christmas. That's Nicholas Anthony Tockard hanging out with Amanda and Xander, having a great time this holiday. And definitely check them out on Amazon. Amazon. Nick's got some great books on weaponry, and also The Simple Sword and other weapon blade, and also some games like Big Stumpy Robots that your whole family can play over the holidays. And having a little Merry Christmas with John Pica, Nightreich, brand new novel from John B. Pica. Also check out johnpica.com. And good morning from all the Nevermorians to Rick Bradley. And sorry to be a little late. I was harassing folks on Facebook. You're doing the Lord's work there, Carl. Good for you. Keep up the sterling work there. And it wasn't Keisha today. Oh my gosh. Who were you sexually harassing today then? Inquiring minds, etc. And the Dastardly Dingoes podcast is roasting chestnuts on an open fire. Probably more like roasting Chad Nuss on an open fire. But check them out every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Network. Okay, my phone is acting a fool. It's not even showing if my comments are being sent. F technology. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I got to get a new phone too. Mine is just highly unreliable, let us say right now. And Nerd Culture is making a snowman with a magical top hat that they found. Please check that out on YouTube and check out, and I quote, every Saturday at noon Eastern. Great conversation. And small press publishers are harassed. I read that as harassing Rudolph. Check out Joe D. McPhee on YouTube there. He is an awesome broadcaster, an amazing artist and writer. But the small press publishers could be harassing him as well as harnessing him. And Rick Bradley says, well, at least I know they're going through now. There you go. Yeah. And hello, Nevermorians, Mike, Jimmy, Lorisha DeBrune. Mwah! Glad to see you, my friend. Just finished Life on Core number 5. Excellent, dude. Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. That is so awesome. Good man. And thank you for sharing, Ryan Permisson. It makes me happy to see that and happy to see you. And Letting It Snow, Amy Hale. Check out her brand new book, Neurosis. It is a great read. I just finished it a couple weeks ago, and I dug it. I'm trying to get through my piles of books here. I'm tired of letting those things pile up, and there's a lot of good stuff I want to get to, and I want to leave, and I've been leaving reviews, so definitely check out your friends here. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, Cindy Cap. And let's see, and God, I feel great, almost also tired like a pressure pot whose lid exploded. I always get that at the end of a project there is this massive sense of relief. Even if I just do that first draft and I type the end at the end, there's just like, it's like this enormous burden's been pulled from my shoulders. And then I have to start editing again, and that burden is back. But no, I love getting through the project, and it is such a relief. And I know Life on Korra is going to be so beautiful. I love what I've seen so far. Please follow Mike, Jimmy, Lorisha DeBrune on social media, and keep up on Life on Korra. And John Celestri, we were just talking about you, and most blowing of turns. Good morning, Brian. Keep spreading good vibes. John, between you and me, we've got the good vibes covered, brother. And hope your little sales area in Lexington's going well. I'm enjoying seeing the pictures from that. Also, like I said, check out John Celestri Wednesday afternoons on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. He does some great shows, and you could pick up some art tips and stuff from this man. He is that awesome. And Carl agrees with me. Great, Mike, Jimmy. And Cindy Cap says she has the cure for a blue Christmas. That's the Warriors trilogy from Michaela J. Definitely pick that up. And good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Got my senior pictures taken today. College graduation is getting real. I had my when I was in college, I went to a 2-year college, and I didn't get my senior pictures. By then, I was just so over the pomp and circumstance that I didn't even go to my graduation. I don't regret it either. But I remember my mother was like, she worked nights, and she was like, well, I want to go. And I'm like, Mom, you got to sleep. And it started raining outside while she was asleep. She wanted to wake me up she'd only had like about 3 hours sleep. And I'm like, I can't do that to you, Mom. And if she can't go, I don't want to go. So I didn't go. So, and I don't regret. She was a little unhappy, but I'm like, Mom, I got my diploma. I got that little, it wasn't a full size one even. It was just like a little one, about 4x6. And I'm like, I'm fine. They can't take the degree away from me. 2-year degree in journalism. But anyway, but no, good for you. Enjoy these memories, Ryan. seriously, and good on you for getting through college again. And Cindy Caps, run, Rudolph, run. Teresa Dunn's leading the charge there. Get her books on poetry expressions, working on her third. And subscribe to the channel today, Nerd Culture Channel, for great nerdy content on YouTube. And Historical Fencing Guild is rocking around the Christmas tree. You better be there to see that. And check them out Friday nights at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And Comic Related Madness is jingling bells. Pops Van Zandt has always got his bells in a jingle. Please check those out every day now. Pops is doing a lot of broadcasting. Good for him. And Ryan Permisson says, join us live for Saturday at Eastern Time for And I Quote with writer Amy Hale. And they'll be taking your questions. Please check her out. She's amazing. I'm going to miss him, my friend, because I'm going to be at writer's block on Saturday, but I'll catch that on the flip-flop. That is going to be a great show. She is awesome. Ryan is awesome. It's going to be an awesome show. Mike, Jimmy, Lucia, DeBruin. Oh, yes. The oh, dear Lord, it's finished, and the realization, that's when the work really starts. That is so right. It's like, just because you're done doesn't mean you're finished. So, I fully understand that, man. Whether it's a comic book story or a book or a short story. We just started a short story for Stormgate Press a couple days ago, and it's shaping up, I'm glad to say. Working hard at it, and we're going to try to get that out in the next couple weeks. Cindy Caps enjoying a wonderful time of the year at Luke Stone Studios. Oh, and by the way, please check out my profile page on the Rising Tide broadcast, or the Rising Tide publishing page. Indie Volt is doing, in fact, I think it starts tonight, is doing a benefit, some auctions and some sales and stuff to benefit Luke Stone and Randy Zimmerman, who have both come off the ventilator. Both of them had caught the coronavirus. And, of course, there's that expense, right? Whether they had insurance or not. So please, please, please give generously. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to put anything together in time that's worthy, but I'm definitely going to give a contribution to that. So I think you should too. So please check it out. Ryan Permisson says, in case you missed it, check out the record-breaking episode of And I Quote with illustrator and graphic designer Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you. It was fun. Of course it was. You guys were on there. And having a holly jolly Christmas. Go to Bear Publications for that. You can get copies of Cindy Cap's latest book, Animal Eye, and Cindy Cap's first comic book, Animal Eye #1, as well as all kinds of Animal Eye related swag. You'll be glad you did. And Walking in a Winter Wonderland, that is Eric S. Hawkins, wondering where he put his coat. Anyway, please check out Zombie for World of Oz, available now on Indiegogo and Comixology. And Feliz Navidad from Renmelian, wonderful lady. Wow, love you. Love you, Anna Maria, wherever you are. And the Skunk Rocker has joined us. Yay. Geez, Carl, I'm sorry that some of us have day jobs. Not all of us can pay the bills with our creative endeavors alone. And yay, Ryan P, says Carl Winsman. And I mean, who else is going to deliver these life-saving medications? You? There you go, skunk attitude. Wednesday attitude. That's what we need. And Brian Robbins saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. He's got the videos to prove it. Anyway, I'm stopping. Put it down, Carl. Put down the mouse. And anyway, BrianRobin.com for Memoirs of an Angel and the Amazing Nebulizer #1. You'll love it. Carl says, I'm sorry about that too, Skunk Rocker. Someday I hope that you can make these movies and sit back and write full time. Yeah, seriously. When I say bring Cookie home, she's not the only one I want to see doing it. And I'll be honest with you. Could I live on what I make writing? No. Could I live on what I make broadcasting? It is to laugh. But we get closer all the time, and it gets better. And sincerely, Kyle, I want that to happen to you, man. Seriously. And everybody watching this, I would love it if you all could leave the 9 to 5 and create more problems in the supply chain, because you're making so much money as a creator. And Cindy Kemp is Stormgate Press is corralling little drummer boys. I better find out what that's about. I don't want to be named a co-defendant on this. Anyway, Skunk Rocker says, yeah, me too. Anyway, good morning, every morning. Hey, Skunk, we love you, man. Don't ever forget that. And I know the morning can get hard, but hopefully you'll use that resentment and spite to fuel your creative endeavors, like I do. Hashtag fueled by spite. And Hyper Sandy Books is Singing with Angels on High. That explains the higher tones there from the land down under. Check out their YouTube channel. And Ryan Permisson says, join us live Sunday night for 8 p.m. for a special Battle of the Nerds, where for the first time we will have Willow, Skylar, and I calling the match, and we have a triple threat match where the category is Star Wars trivia. Play along in the comments. I would be weak in that. If we had just kept to the original trilogy, I'd be great. Get the second trilogy in. Not bad. Third trilogy, oops. Well, I'll watch from the peanut gallery. If you ever have a Doctor Who one, I'm in. Okay, I would love to be. I think I can handle that. Except for I haven't seen Flux yet. I haven't watched the current season. I'm keeping up on it in the press, but I have not watched the current season yet. I'm already putting in my order on Amazon for the season Blu-ray on that. But anyway, Art Station Royal Cruise is rocking Jingle Bells, as well he should. And so if you want to see his Jingle Bells, check him out. He's the artist on Animal Eye, and you will love his work. And Victoria Adams is rocking the hall, or decking the halls, rather. Check out her amazing books on Amazon, too. She's a great lady, great writer. I haven't talked to her in ages. Ryan Permisson says, if you want to be a guest on, and I quote, we are live Saturdays at noon Eastern, but if we need to record, we can do that for you. We have pardon me, friendly conversation. And if you want to promote your projects, you know you can. So sign up at that Calendly address and be ready to be amazed with Ryan Permisson's hosting skills. And Santa Claus is coming to town, thanks to SL Roll, and thank you, Cindy Cap. And do you hear what I hear? Yield Dragons books. Check out that book, Meet the Dragons. I understand a certain someone is in there, right, Cindy? Anyway, check it out. And don't forget CKOEPP.com for a great newsletter. Sign up for that free newsletter. Should be out in 17 days, I think. No, maybe not quite on Christmas, because it's a special day. And she deserves a day off. Especially she deserves a day off, because she does a lot of stuff for the creative community here. And we're grateful, Cindy, for everything you do. Seriously. Love you, Cindy. And Ryan Permisson says, thank you, Cindy, for sharing our links. You were awesome. I couldn't agree with you more. And if we have a truth of the morning, this is it. Cindy doesn't get enough love for her generosity of time. She could be kicking back, enjoying herself, instead she is taking the time to promote me and all of you. So please buy something from Cindy on Amazon. That would help her out. Even an ebook. If everyone would just buy a book from Cindy, it would make her smile. It would bring a smile to her pretty face. And I'd love to get rid of my side job, but it's a mean to an end. Mike, Jimmy, Lurch, de Bruin, I know. Especially, I don't know where, I don't know if it's as bad as where you are. But here in America, it is almost like a trap to be in a job because of, like healthcare, for instance. We've discussed that here before. But also there's some professions, like I know many doctors who would retire, but they've got to keep up their malpractice insurance because, at least until the statute of limitations runs out, because people can sue for any reason. So it's but the thing is, my job, I love my job because because spoiler alert, I get to write stuff all day and I get to pick and choose the assignments. That's really nice. Like I said, I'm working on a piece of fiction. I just did a nonfiction piece for the next Blue Grotto books on Batman, which, by the way, are available now on Amazon. Please check them out. There is Biff Bam Eyow, in which I have a essay in there on Egghead, the first Egghead with Vincent Price. And the other book is, now I want to make sure I get this right. Well, the next one is going to be Oof Boff Splat, and I will be in there. And let's check I'm hoping they're the first. And the other one's buried, so I can't get to it. But anyway, please check it out. It's edited. It's from Crazy 8 Press and Becky Books, and edited by Jim Beard with Rich Hanley. I think I can get it here. The first one, and you'll definitely want to ask for this by name, Zlonk Zok Zowie. Okay. Anyway, please check them out. Great essays on the 1966 Batman TV show. And Cindy goes on to say the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer recommends Denver Martires on DeviantArt.com/the Raider05. Check out that work. Great coloring on Animal Line #1. And Donna Carly notices Carl's taking the high road, not mentioning he had a day job for 40 years. He's probably trying to put the trauma behind him, Donna. And yeah, it only took me 45 years of working to get where I am. Ugh. Oops, fell off the high road. Yeah. I tell people the second best day of my life was when I got fired from the water company. The first was marrying Cookie, of course. But man, just the sense of, except for 45 seconds when I'm pondering my dire fate, and I got over it because I realized I'm a writer. I've got this. I've got the plan B, which became plan A, but which works some days better than others. But it was liberating. I hated saying goodbye to some of the people at the water company. Some of the others I didn't say goodbye to. I just said, screw them, I'm leaving. But I still miss a number of the people there. But a number of them have also left too. So for various reasons. So some were voluntary, some were not. So it's just the nature of the beast. And Mike Jimmy Lurch and DeBruin, just keep creating. Don't let the chains keep you down. Exactly. In fact, do it to spite the chains, man. Mike Jimmy, I have a hashtag I call Fueled by Spite. And there are people, when I started doing this, when I announced that I was doing this, like professionally, even back when I was writing plays and stuff, people were like dissing me for even thinking I could get, I wasn't really going for publishing. I was more for not for publishing my plays so much as performing my plays. I got a lot more satisfaction out of that. But I got plays produced in Chicago. I got plays produced in the Champaign, Illinois, basically across the street from me at the local junior community college. Some in a theater where Dick Van Dyke performed back in the mid-40s. That's quite a legacy to be a part of. And that was my motivation. It wasn't a lot of money. God, you think there's no money in comics or books, boy, you go into playwriting. I promise you there is no money. In fact, a lot of producers think that, and this is one of the reasons I left. Well, they thought that a lot of producers would be like, well, we'll consider your play, send us $25. Well, I don't do pay for play. And I'd write them and say, well, if I sent you 50, do I have a better chance? What are you charging your directors? What are you charging your performers? Why are you doing it on the backs of the writers? I'm militant about that. In fact, when I started doing a lot more comic writing, I'd done comic writing in the past, but when I started doing more in the last few years, well, in fact, this was Terraform. Back when I was with Terraform, somebody suggested, we could put together an anthology of other people's works. We could charge them a certain amount of money to be in the book. Of course, they have to meet our standards and everything, but we'll charge them to be in the book. And I said, if you do that, I'm out. I refuse to be a part of that. That is insidious. And I dug in my heels about that. So anyway, Cindy Gap says, oh, come all ye faithful. Sarnard, the artwork of Bill Sarnard on Facebook for Vintage Cartoonists. He does good work. Check him out. He does sketches daily and you can buy them. And healthcare is mandatory here. You get a part of it back from the government, usually around 50%. The other half is for you. Oh, wow. Now I've never heard that before. That would be cool. I like that idea. Damn, I'm moving. Anyway, it cost me about $70 a month. That's a lot cheaper than healthcare. I'm assuming we're talking US dollars. And if we are, that's cheaper than a lot of healthcare here in America. And y'all have fun now here. Cindy, thank you for being here. I know you're taking your break. Thank you for all you do, Cindy. You are a marvel. And you're a DC too while you're at it. and Image and all the other comic book companies, but especially a Tower of Strength. Anyway, love you, Cindy Cap and CKOEPP.com for an amazing newsletter, an amazing, beautiful website, and check out her books and please buy several dozen of them today, if you would, please. Anyway, that ain't bad at all. And you have fun too, Cindy. And it's Hump Day. That's right. We got to get to humping, Michaela. I'm ready when you are. Anyway, check out Michaela Jade and the Warriors Trilogy on Amazon. And everyone's saying hello. And the ghostwriting project I'm working on is getting exciting and is almost done. I can't wait to share the secrets with y'all. I want to hear all about that when you're done. Ghostwriting interests me. I don't know that I could do it because my ego is too bloated. I like seeing my name in print, but my understanding is it pays handsomely. Rebecca Westerman, who was on RG Westerman, who was on Clever Tile Penning a couple months ago, she has done that, and she said it definitely kept the pot boiling. That's for sure. Scott Cracker says, "Well, I would, but right now it's less my day job that's getting in the way of my creative endeavors and more. How can I put this? I sent my script to 2 people to get their opinions on it. One person is still reading the script, and this has been like 2 months now. Like, how in the world do you read that slow? The other person hasn't even started, and they keep telling me they will. And I'm like, when will that be? Like, I don't want to be mean, but come on, not even 1 page. WTF? I agree with you. Which is why I rarely do, do commentary on scripts. That I don't know. I want to do it in a reasonable amount of time. I almost never do it for books because it takes too much time, or I will do it for shorter works as long as, one, I have the option to skim, because I can pick up a lot from just skimming the thing. Your project, on the other hand, ignoring the fact that I did find a couple things that I thought you should pay attention to. I kept falling out of editor mode and going straight into reader loving it mode. Okay. So, but Skunk, don't wait on them. Screw them. If they can't respect you and your work enough to, I'm not saying drop everything, but if they couldn't get to it in a reasonable amount of time, they shouldn't have started it. And obviously they're not that interested in it. So if they have copies, get them back. If they have physical copies, get them back. Say, I'm not waiting on you. Say, everybody else got to me within a week. And tell them, give them one more shot. Give them one more chance at redemption. But what I would do is tell them, be mean. This is your business, dude. And if you're waiting on them, they're holding you up. Don't let that happen. All right, please. And Mike Jimmy says there's plenty of money in comics. The problem is that it isn't always monetary, or people forget there's actual people making them. That's true. That's true. There is money in comics. There can be money. Yeah, I mean, nobody's, I don't know anyone that's getting wealthy in the independent field. In fact, even in the mainstream, I'm hearing even mainstream creators are not making the money, back in the late 80s and early 90s. I remember reading that Chris Claremont was selling enough copies of X-Men through his incentives. He could buy a house a month. I remember reading that, it was one of the people working on the Superman comics around the time of the death of Superman, that he basically bought himself the house of his dreams with his money. And a lot of them were basically, at one point, comics were paying you money to a lot of people because the sales were there. And the market was about as broad as it's been since the 1940s or 60s even. But unfortunately, we have had this implosion of places to sell comics. I don't even know that Barnes and Noble is selling individual comics anymore. But the number of comic shops across the country is about 20% of what it was back in the 90s when the field imploded. Now, Kickstarter's been a boon to a lot of creators and made a lot of projects possible that wouldn't have happened otherwise. But I don't know anyone who's making an insane amount of money through that. Problem is, I'll tell you this, Mike Jimmy. I think a number of publishers are thinking way too small. Um, like I said, I've said before, when we were working on the creator contract for Terraform Comics, I brought in my book experience, and everybody's thinking, well, this thing is going to be it's going to be longer than 2 pages. No one's going to want to read it. And I'm like, screw that. Do you know how many rights you can sell? First publication, second publication, reprint rights, translations, audiobooks. There are a multitude of rights that most creators are blind to. And, if they want to get major, if they want to make some serious money, they got to think beyond comics is the thing. And if anyone wants to talk to me about it, like Mike Jimmy, I will tell you what little I know about it. So anyway, think big. Think big. And Anthony Beveau, hi guys, hi Brian and everyone. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great midweek thing so far. And check out Andy Bove on Amazon. And Andy, your book is next in my queue to read finally. So, and Mike Jimmy Dolores says it's about 130 euros total. I get back 75 from the government. So yes, I pay around $65, $70. Yeah, because we're about even with the euro right now. I know that there used to be quite a difference in the trade between dollars and euros, but now I think we are close to being even, although I think the euro is stronger than we are right now. So yeah, wow. I'd love to pay just $70 for healthcare. I really would. And to get it like you guys have it, even though there sometimes is a wait. And hope all are well. We are doing okay. A little chaotic around the compound right now, unfortunately, due to real life matters. And like I said, we are going to only do an hour today because I have to help with some stuff with Cookie. But anyway, I hope you're doing great, my brother, and check out his work on Amazon. And I can't complain about my day job. It has allowed me to travel all over the country, do things I would never have been able to do otherwise. Go to the Masters, play the Blue Monster in Hawaii, in Miami. Travel and private jets even gave me a day off to finish Celebration Comics #1 to attend a baseball game that night. They have been very good to me. And I have to say, for the most part, the water company was good to me. I got to do a little traveling around the Midwest. They took me out to dinner more often than they should have. And for the most part, they were pretty good to me, except for one day. And even then, my severance package was incredibly generous. I got 4 figures worth of extra pay, on top of like unused vacation, etc. They extended my health care far longer than they should have. And then they also set me up with a reemployment agency, which is where I found out about electronic publishing. And obviously that changed my life. And here's the thing. They only paid for 6 months, but you see, the thing is, the guy who knows the rules the best is the guy who often wins the game, as any D&D player will tell you. And I got 6 months of paid reemployment agency bennies, and those with knowing the rules and some help on the inside. I actually got about 5 years of coverage from those guys. So learn the rules. Anyway, the day job keeps the lights on at home. Creative endeavors keep the lights on in your brain. Carl, that is profound, dude. Hold on a second here. I'm going to see if I can. I've got Michaela. I'm using your. Okay, let's see. There we go. That should work. Yeah, I was using Carl's keyboard that came with the new CPU, but for some reason it just wasn't responding the way I like. So I'm using a gift from Michaela Jade that she got me a couple of years ago. God bless her. And it's an old time keyboard for like on an old time typewriter, and it makes a lot of noise. but I love the thing, so I'm using it currently. So yeah, that's profound. I took a screen capture and I make a T-shirt of that. And Jimmy Lurch de Bruin, I wouldn't review movie scripts, playwrights either. It would take too long to make it worth it for me personally, and I go mad editing my writer's scripts. Yeah, I've got a gig as a professional editor too, which I can't use right now because I'm writing. Fortunately, it's freelance, but and I am supervising somebody on a script. And I'm editing 3 comic books too on a freelance basis. But I normally don't do a lot of critiques. Again, as long as you understand that I may skim. Skunk's case was different. Skunk is different. You take that how you will, Skunk. But it's because I love you, man. But yeah, I normally don't. And also the fact is, 90% of what I looked at before I put my foot down with a lot of people was so god awful. And the problem is with a lot of criticism, I say criticism in air quotes, that a lot of the people who ask for it are not looking for ways to improve the work like I knew Skunk was looking for. They were looking for validation of their poor work. You know, some of the stories I read were, or some of the stories I refused to read. Yes, we're doing a refill. Some of the stories I refused to read were, I've got a 930 page epic barbarian script. And when can I send it to you so you can read it for publication? That's not how publication works, kids. For one thing. And secondly, I just looked at the first few pages and I'm like, oh God, this is horrible. Because there's nothing to hook. There's no hook. There's nothing. They had fallen in love. And this is something a lot of writers are guilty of, and I'm one of them. I am one of them, which is why I'm having to rewrite a couple of my older manuscripts that have not seen print yet. You fall in love with the world you've created, but you don't have a character to hook it with. The character who is the everyman. Like in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker is our passport to the world of Star Wars because we see him as a simple moisture farmer, and as he grows and he helps us learn more about the world, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, he's the everyman. And even as he grows, we grow with him and we become more aware of the world he plays and lives in. So a lot of works don't have that. And that's where they fall short. I don't care if your galaxy's been around for 500,000 millennia and you've got like 200 alternate worlds mapped out and the entire socio-political system mapped out on each individual world in every one of your realms. Give me some kid who wakes up one day and realizes things are going wrong, and let's see it through their eyes, because otherwise it's just I find it boring. But that's just me. Editorial aside, let's get back to your comments. But thank you, Mike, Jimmy, Lords de Bruin. I'm so glad you're here, man. And Nicholas Tucker, hello, Nevermorians. Anyone in the Rising Tide Multiverse have experience in 3D printing? Nick, reach out to Damian Waldbrun. He's our toy maker of choice, and he is always generous with his time and knowledge. So unlike me. So if you haven't already, reach out to him, okay? And from Modesto Small Press Publisher, sitting in an emergency room waiting right now for my booster shot. Really don't want to be here, but such is life in this era. Yeah, I know, those ERs are depressing. It's full of sick people. But I'm glad you're getting it, Joe. It makes me happy, seriously. And that's a tough situation to be in, Joe D. McPhee, and get out as much as possible in every possible way. Exactly. Not just in your business, but in life. That's another thing. It's amazing how many things I read from people. And again, I can relate because once upon a time I was there. People who have so little life experience that all they've ever gotten it from is TV and comics and not so much books these days, unfortunately, but you know, TV, movies, comics, and they think all of the earth is like that, and it's not. You know, crimes don't get solved in 45 minutes, and no, you know, and you don't fall in love at first sight always. Lust, yes, you can. But anyway, but good for you, Joe D. Sometimes it is hard, but there are things that you have to do to get things done, says Carl Witzman. Agreed. Totally agreed. And sometimes the hardest are the most worthy to do, most worth to do. And that's where my plushies come in. They'll take over the world. There you go, Mike Jimmy. Now see, there's, you know, ancillary lines of profit. That's what it's about. And listen in, Joe D, and get a creative idea from the ER. Never waste an opportunity. Oh, yeah. Man, you think I haven't taken in the vibe from an ER? And believe me, I've been in enough of them. So, and watching other people has given me so many ideas. Yeah, just sit there and, well, I find it fun. Try to sit there and imagine what they're like outside of the ER, or, you know, waiting to get their shot at the local drugstore, etc. Now, Ted Davies preaches the truth. Diversification is the try again, Brian. Diversification is the key to success. Build your brand, period. Comic books, magazines, merch, YouTube, repeat. Exactly, brother. You should always be looking at other ways that people can, you know, contribute to your branding and buy stuff from you that they'll enjoy. Just saying. Carl Wiseman, oh yeah, that's a much better keyboard than the one I sent. It's nifty. It really is. And it's laid out the same as yours. You know, and I like them both. Actually, I like them both, Carl. This one just has a little more response than the other one, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I really do. And good morning to Ace Bonnie. Good morning, everyone. I just rode by an abandoned Dairy Queen. I guess you could say it was dessert. Good for you, Ace. And Tuesday, the 14th, so next week, I'm setting up a porch sitting session for writers who need to brainstorm ideas. Check my Facebook page for details. That sounds like fun. That sounds useful. And Joe Dog McKeel sitting down for breakfast with no audio at a restaurant, trying to not to bother people around us. We'll be heading home soon. Emotionally, I am a wreck. See you guys Friday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know, man, I know. One of the spouses of someone we met at HowlCon passed away. This has been a rough week in a lot of ways. And Joe Dog, I know this name won't mean much to you, but there's an very influential comic book artist named George Perez, who gave up professional work about 5 years ago, and because of his diabetes affecting his eyesight. Well, he posted yesterday that he has stage 3 pancreatic cancer, and rather than go through the stress of treatment and the possibility it could return, he has decided he is going to let it run its course. And he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's a living example of how you and I and all of us as public figures should behave in public. And a reminder to do better. This is a man who has drawn countless issues of books like Superman. He's also a great writer, too. The current Wonder Woman is mostly built on what George Perez did in the 80s. But he's worked on Superman, Wonder Woman, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Logan's Run, Sons of the Dragon, Justice League of America, the New Teen Titans. Such a vast amount of work, such an incredible artist, and again, one of the nicest human beings on this planet. And we're going to, a year from now, we may be talking about him in the past tense. So we owe it to those who have passed on before to do our best and to stay strong and to carry on their memories. Because, as I say always, Joe, may the memories always be golden. Okay? Love you, brother. And good for you for representing. And Mike, Jimmy Lurcher de Bruin, that's how I want to see my writer's scripts too. Just a day in the life of creatures that have always been there. See the world through their eyes. Exactly. That's something that is missing in a lot of stories. Remember, like in the Marvel Age of Comics, we are introduced to Thor through Don Blake. Okay? I've always said that if you want to make Spider-Man or Superman more interesting, make Clark Kent or Peter Parker more interesting. And that is the key to Spider-Man's success. It isn't the fact that this guy has the proportionate strength of spiders and clings to walls and has webbing. It's the fact that Peter Parker gets 2 steps forward and 1 step back all the time. That he lives paycheck to paycheck. He, he blows virtually every opportunity he's given, but he fights anyway. See, that's our entry point. And a lot of people don't realize that. And Mike, Jimmy, you have aces. Good on you. And love at first sight is totally real, and people watching is a joy. It is totally real. I will agree with you, Nick. It is totally real. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's unlikely. Lust is always there. But anyway, and people watching is a joy. It is. It really can be fun. And Carl Westman says, good show today, even a short one. Please take care of Cookie. We are trying to. There are things happening outside of this that we will report on once we get a little more news. Nothing life-shaking, nothing life-threatening, life-changing, perhaps. Okay. But yeah, we will take care of her. That's what this day is about. She's also been working long hours, and she's been getting home around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and it's taking a toll on her. And Scott Crocker says, man, I hate to hear all this. I'm sorry for what y'all are going through at the moment, and I hope everything one way or the other turns out okay. It will in the end, Skunk. We just have to stay strong, brother. You know how it is. And Nick Tockert says, 3, if you feel you lack life experience starting O-level adventures, look up 0-level adventures, look up local festivals, visit nearby parks, etc. But be there, drink it in. Exactly. You got it, Nick. You've got it completely. And I say go feed Cookie and have a wonderful day. Love you, man. I love you too, Skunk. I really do. And I say it again, one of the highlights, well, in fact, the highlight of HalloCon was meeting in person you and Joe and Dan and John and Lewis and a whole lot of people that I've seen on this, this screen here. And I respect and love the hell out of you guys. And to finally meet you in person has been a joy. And that's one of the real joys of the last couple of years of broadcasting is getting out and actually meeting a lot of people who I know in person. I'm sorry I won't be able to make it to C2E2 this weekend because I'd love to see Jody McPhee. And stagnation is never a good thing, but booster shot accomplished, heading home. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Good on you. You take care. You pamper yourself today, okay? You've just done a heroic act. Rick Bradley, know we love you too, and if you need to vent, you can reach out to me anytime, brother. Thank you, Rick. I do appreciate it. It's nothing unpleasant. It's just a little bit of uncertainty right now. Like they say in Doctor Who, I'll explain later. Joe Dog McKeel, go feed Cookie already. Get to, man. Chop, 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 chop. And cook, etc. And Amy Hale, check out Amy Hale's work on Amazon and also AuthorAmyHale.com and Author Amy Hale on Facebook. Love you, man. Hope you're having a great day. And from this Small Press Poster, have a great day all on my way back to the house to finish convention prep. Hey, keep us posted, Joe D, and good luck this weekend. Seriously, hope you make all the money. And BK, if you need, hashtag one a friend in here. Nick, I'll take you up on it. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's nothing life-threatening. It's life-changing. And part of what, Cookie coming home at 3 is part of the reason for it. So I think I've said enough. And Ted Davies Artistry, have a great day, everyone. Keep up the good fight and be safe. BKM, thanks for all you do. Thank you for all you do, Ted. And follow the Ted Davies Artistry channel on YouTube and give it some love. A lot of love. Whole lot of love. Bow. Anyway, hashtag free Madam Executive Producer over 9. Hunger is over 9,000. That's right. We must run. And sorry I'm late. Greetings, sinners. Hope you all are safe. Hope you are too, Marv V. Good to see you, my man. Unfortunately, we are closing out the show this morning. We have got a number of things we've got to get accomplished. Like I said, Cookie has been coming in very late from work. Here's the backstory, which I should have given earlier. Where she's working, a local auto plant here in Lafayette, Indiana, every Christmas holiday going through the new year, the plant closes for 2 weeks, and they have at least temporarily at the local solved their supply chain problems. So they've got the parts to put together the cars, which they have not been able to do in many, many months. So they are trying to get as many cars through the production line as possible for Cookie and her cohorts to run them to where they need to be next, like customizing or straight onto the docks for transport to various dealerships. Now, here's the thing. She's working a lot of overtime, and she's realized she's not nocturnal like I am. She is a morning person. She always has been, and this is very physically hard on her. So the other day she slept. I think I got her to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning, and she slept till noon. And she could have slept for a couple more hours. She is exhausted. And so we are going to, and last night she worked late again, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning for her eyes. She had cataract surgery about 2 years ago, and this is the follow-up on all that. And she's looking at another long night tonight. So we got to pamper her. We got to take care of her, right? We got to take care of the people around us. Otherwise, what the hell are we here for, right? So that's why we're leaving early. I have some errands to run. I have some things to do. Hopefully she'll get a couple more. When she gets back, she can get a couple more hours sleep. If she hasn't returned already, I haven't heard from her. Usually she checks in. So anyway, y'all take care. And thank you for understanding, each and every one of you. I definitely, definitely appreciate it. And as always, we're going to get up to the branding here. We want to thank, of course, Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. You want to get some eyes on your book? Then you need a great wraparound cover. Jeffrey Hayes can create that for you, along with graphics, and that will help you sell it on social media, and a beautiful book trailer. Definitely check it out. Check out Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, as well as the plasmafiregraphics.com page for more samples of Jeffrey's work, and then ask for his rates. You will be pleasantly amazed at them. They are affordable. Trust me, or Cookie wouldn't let me do it. Anyway, please check out plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for their support in our endeavors. We are like-minded individuals who are helping each other grow each other's broadcasting channels. And this afternoon, we're going to have Dr. John, the original gangster, sharing his knowledge of art and animation with you. You'll definitely want to catch that. John Celestri is an amazing talent, an amazing guy. You'll definitely want to see that. And then tomorrow, we've got Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central, where Clyde Hall, Brian Rodman, and Eric S. Hawkins, and I review some of the latest comic book releases and talk about the industry. And probably we'll be talking about Uncle George tomorrow. I'm sure of that. But anyway, please check us out on Comic Book Spectrum on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on YouTube and Facebook. And also, if you've liked any part of the show or plan to, please give this a like on Facebook and give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got all kinds of cool stuff happening. And don't forget, we are temporarily shelving, because of the chaos that's going on right now, we're temporarily shelving the BK Minutes, but we promise we will bring them back, because I've enjoyed doing them. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback so far from them. So thank you all to everyone who support them. And if you haven't seen them already, please go back. We've got about a month and a half's worth of BK Minutes that I'm sure you'll enjoy and get something out of. And also, don't forget, tonight we've got a very special episode of Clever Title Pending coming up. We are going to be joined by Abby Anderson and Morgan Strothan Komnick, writer and artist. And they have teamed up for something gosh, what could that be? Well, you'll find out if you check us out at 8 p.m. tonight on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, where we'll be talking to these two wonderful ladies for a while. And we welcome your questions because they've got some stuff that I think will be useful for all creatives. And that's what we do the show for. We talk to creatives about creativity and the business behind it. And also, don't forget, we are going to be bringing back Clever Tile Pending for a short run in January. So please keep alert to that. And some of you are going to get a tap on the shoulder if you know what I mean. And also, thank you to our Patreon subscribers who their monthly support keeps this show on the air and keeps us growing the Rising Tide mission. And if you'd like to help out with a small subscription, please check out our page at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Your name could go on this card on every episode of our nighttime and morning broadcast. And we've got some other stuff in the hopper, and it's thanks to these people that we are able to do it. So thank you to everyone who subscribes to us on Patreon. And if you want to give us a one-time subscription, please contact me. Well, actually, we have it right here. Let's see. Here we go. You can leave us a tip at paypal.me/RisingTideBKM for a one-time donation. We will privately and gratefully acknowledge your generosity. And we've got a few more comments. And Marv, I didn't mean I have to rush, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Mike Jimmy Lurch's Bruin, thank you for being here from across the big blue wobbly thing. And Mom called. I missed like 10 minutes starting. Well, Mike Jimmy, we were just vamping till you get back. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate your presence as always. And even if it is the end of the show, Sarah, we'll be talking to you later. Love you, hun, to the abyss and back. And Sin Killer, tonight an event will start at 9 p.m. on Geekgasm to help Luke Stone and Randy Zimmerman. I have a piece that will be auctioned. It's an homage to The Howling. Check it out and help if you can. And be safe, everyone. Yes, please check it out on the Indie Volt Network tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is one, and we are going to try to participate in that as well. We're definitely going to give a donation, if nothing else, and we think you should too. Both Luke Stone and Randy Zimmerman caught the coronavirus, two very major creative forces and two of the wonderful human beings that do a lot for all of us in the creative field. That they caught the coronavirus. Both of them were on ventilators. Both of them are off the ventilators now and are in rehab. But there are a lot of expenses that have come up for their families, and we want to pay these guys back for all they've done for us. And tonight will be it. So please check out the Indie Volt family of shows on Facebook and YouTube. And please consider donating generously. Marv, that is wonderful of you, and you are the best. And it's the end. Stay awesome, lovelies. Catch you on the next one. Look forward to it, Mike J. Mwah. Have a great day, and all of you have a super, super day, each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for understanding about today. And we will catch you tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum. Please join us for that. We think you'll enjoy it. And also, please join us Friday morning before we head to Writer's Block in Toledo, Ohio, for the Friday show at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central here in the States, and 8:30 every second Tuesday in Georgetown, Illinois. Anyway, hope you all have a super, super hump day. Great new comics day. That's one good thing about the day, right? And we got to get our comics today, damn it. So anyway, have a super day. See what you can do to give someone a smile and make it a better day for them. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you all for being here, and have a great day. We'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. With an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.